Oh, what's wrong with the one you have? So you want a smaller bed, is what you're saying, right? Fair enough. That's true.
Hello, hello.
Hi. It's good of you to come back.
I know, right?
Just fucking shot that motherfucking deer in the sights. So good. I need like a fucking bird or a rabbit or something. Just something to fucking put on the other side of my fucking horse when you go and just give it to the bush. Quilted picker upper? The quilted picker upper? A bounty? I don't know. Fuck it. Just going to get a butcher what I have.
grid is all set for the race tomorrow, but before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three.
Oh.
Alright, man. I'll be on the
You out?
weekend.
Welcome to
Yeah, I'll
Sakir
probably be
and
on
Bahrain.
maybe tomorrow morning
Let's
for a little
look at the
bit,
grid
and
order
then
for
go back to sleep again.
Alright, man. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, man.
Damn it. Uh-oh. Sonoda with the fastest lap. Car is so loose into that turn. We're coming out of it at least. I gotta say, after driving the F1 cars, coming back to F2 is a huge difference. Like the steering is just so much more, the steering and throttle is so much more sensitive. Well, I say that, the steering's more sensitive it seems like, but less responsive, if that makes any sense. And it's all, F2's all about throttle. F1 you can definitely get on the throttle a little bit more, plus I'm on hard tires. But F1 cars, the throttle is, it's more forgiving, it feels like. F2, I don't know if it's the aero or what it is, but you just really, really have to be on top of it to get your, to not kick the back end out. not over rotate out of turns. Like this one right here. Okay, that was much better. First time I spun out, kind of went off the track. That's why I'm down in 6th. I started in 3rd, or in 7th. Started in 3rd, and then I almost spun it out last lap as well, but and F2, for some reason, you can't get away with braking as late as you can in F1 cars. F2, I have to get on the brake way earlier and smoother. Where F1, I can brake a lot later, be a little harder on the brakes, and it doesn't. F2, if you do that, man, these things just slide straight through the corners. Which I know anyone watching this probably wasn't expecting to watch F2 races, but starting a new driver career, doing something a little different before 22 comes out next month. AI difficulties on 80. I'm not an expert like T-Mac Marduk or, some of them other guys are. I'm not playing on a wheel. I'm playing with a controller because I'm poor. But I do enjoy this game very much if I don't spin it out. Not really catching Aiken that well, so really right now my goal is to hold off Elo and finish in 7th, at least get some points. I've got the F1 entry challenges on medium, so it's the hardest you can get to, so it's really going to depend on how well I do throughout the season and where I finish and stuff based on what teams. I didn't do a driver school. I'm playing this as a strictly unknown driver, not in any real driving schools for teams or anything like that. It's going to be solely based off my performance for the selection of teams that I get after F2 season. But as I said, right now it's mainly damage control on this race. Unless something crazy happens and I start catching the front 6. Because they're steadily pulling away, and I'm trying to do everything that I can to keep them spinning out. So I'm driving a lot more conservatively than I normally would in an F1 race because, like I said, this is just F2 is so much more difficult to drive, at least with my settings that I have. So we'll see how it goes. First race, we'll get the sprint after this, so we'll see. But like I said, it seems like F1 you can get in the throttle a little bit earlier. F2 cars, you really have to be going straight line before you can really start putting any kind of power down. Like, bam, full power. Braking early, turning in. I will get DRS this time, full power. But it's just, I just don't think it's going to be enough. Plus, I'm racing one of the lower end F2 teams. Obviously they can go with Red Bull's F2 team or any of that kind of stuff. So here we go. Can we make this happen here in a minute? Full power. Front left's eating me up a little bit. I'm not worried about setups and stuff. This go around as much. I'm running with the default, increased downforce, increased top speed, that kind of stuff. I'm not really going into custom setups on this. I normally would in my careers, but this one I'm just kind of going,
Keep this up.
see if I can't blow through this career. Oh. It's okay, Ken, I'll give that one to you. Also, if you are watching this and you are sitting there cussing me up and down for butchering F2 drivers' names, it's because I don't pay attention to F2. I consider myself a pretty avid F1 fan, but F2 I don't follow drivers as much, you know. So, forgive me if I'm butchering your favorite F2 driver's name. Other than your obvious ones like Sonoda and Schumacher, some of them guys, you know. So, totally gave that gap back to him, by the way. Did a really good job trying to catch him the last lap, and then, but here we go. I will say though, if I could gain one position, that would be awesome. But I got 2 laps. Like I said, I'm on and off staying in DRS range of the guy in front of me. So we'll see. Take this a little easy. Don't get too aggressive. Give the gap back to him. Perfect. Slide it out into the corner. And that's our race. So we'll restart that. I know that shit's boring when people restart races and stuff like that, but
I know what you can do.
I'm here to have a good time. I don't know if you guys are or not, if anyone's watching. So see if we can't try this one more time. One more again. Ooh, much better start this time. I'm gonna pull up on Schumacher, see if we can't crash the inside on him. Little curve there, cut it back, switch back. There we go. Much better start this race. A little bit, we'll go a long way around. Can we make it stick? We can. And there's pole. P1, baby. Ooh, little kick out going into that right-hander. Schumacher right on us, Shinoda behind him. Easy brake, coast through, power down. There we go. That's better. Better gap. Lap 1. Nice start. Weird balance between, and I struggle with this a lot, between driving aggressively enough to maintain the gap and extend it, but conservatively enough that I don't mess around and ruin it like I almost did going into turn 1 back there. And I tend to be a more aggressive driver late on the brakes, which you can't really do in F2, like I said earlier. Your F1 you can get away with being later on the brakes. In F2 you've really got to pace yourself through corners or you'll slide right through them. Tons of understeer. Like that right there, kick the back end out. Ugh. But like I said, I'm not an expert. I just love the game. I love the sport. I'm getting ready for 22 to come out while I run off the track here. Come back on safely enough. And that's going to cost us right there. And we'll have to come back on behind Schumacher and try to chase him down. Got Tsunoda coming around us now. Sucks. DRS is enabled though, so maybe we can cut him inside. Can we do the same on the next turn? Yep, switch it back. And give him just enough of a lead to catch DRS down the straight. We'll cut inside on this one. Late break. Nice. Nice late break on that one. Didn't screw me over as much as it normally does. I am curious though if anyone does come in, if you watch F1 a lot, or you know some of the streamers on YouTube, content creators, who's your favorite to watch? Tim McMurdoch's probably my favorite. I watch him probably more than anyone else. I'm a real big fan of Ben's and how he runs his F1 content. Arva's pretty good. I like him too. Old Quadrant. Team Quadrant. See if we can't lure Schumacher inside a little bit. Yep. There we go. That was perfect. Perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. Give him his space. And then jack up turn 10. Schumacher's got DRS. It's not ideal. Draw him outside. Take away his inside line. That was a nice move, Jeff. Thank you. I feel a little bit sad. Jeff gets on my nerves a lot. Don't get me wrong. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't sad that he wasn't going to be in 22. They got a new engineer for us, but I don't remember the guy's name. He used to be a real life engineer for some Formula One teams. Uh-oh, little battle out of turn 1 into 2 there. Cut inside Schumacher, DRS. Laid on the brakes into... Oh no. And we have a DRS fault. Because I forgot I had faults turned on standard. So we'll be catching some of those. Not that it matters, as long as I can hold off here in P1 we'll be okay. If I'm not overshooting corners all the time. And that looks like it worked out nicely, even though we butchered that last corner. Like I said, everybody knows this, but I promise this will be more interesting and better racing for me once we make it to the big leagues in F1. But F2 is just difficult. It's way more difficult for me, at least, than F1 is. Probably because I spend more time in F1 cars. Obviously, it's F1 2021, not F2 2021. So once we get back into a car I'm familiar with, which by the time we make it through this F2 season, I may be used to F2 cars and have to relearn how to drive a Formula 1 car. Left front just eats me up, man. But the good thing about F2 is that, especially on, the medium races, 25% races like this, you don't have to worry about pit stops, so you don't have to worry as much about your tire management. You can actually be a little bit more aggressive in F2 than you can in F1 on this game, because you're running hards most of the time, on 25% races in F2. So tire life is not as much of a concern, but I still, like I said, I'm not an expert. I do my best with tire management, but I'm more aggressive, more speed, later braking, so I chew up my front tires anyway. You can ask anytime we're in here with Diesel or my brother Rhino or somebody like that. You can ask them, and they'll tell you I'm pretty aggressive late on the brakes, dive bombing corners. Not dangerous, obviously. If you've been watching, you've seen where I've given space and stuff like that. I'm not overly aggressive like Verstappen can be sometimes. I like Verstappen. I don't agree with how the season ended last year, even though he did win the World Championship. I'm not going to take that away from him. It's a great year. I wasn't a huge fan of how it ended, but Verstappen can be a little overly aggressive sometimes. I think there's sometimes where he is aggressive, but it's good racing. And I think Hamilton and some of the other guys get their feelings hurt. But I also have never raced a Formula 1 car around a track at 180 miles an hour. So, I don't know what's dangerous and what isn't from their perspective. I just know what's entertaining as a fan. And Verstappen is nothing if not very entertaining to watch. I'd be curious to know if anyone's watching what their favorite, what their team is, who their favorite driver is. And McLaren. I like Norris a lot. But there's so many good drivers. I love Leclerc. I liked Leclerc back when he was racing for Alfa Romeo. So it's not he's a Ferrari and he's a front runner guy kind of thing, bandwagon Leclerc person. I like Gasly. All the younger guys. George Russell, I'm really happy to see how he's doing, especially his last year with Williams, the stuff that he pulled out at Williams. And then also now, obviously, the way that he's driving for Mercedes. I'm glad to see him actually finally get a real shot in a contender. So, lots of fun. I think that Leclerc's had a... Ferrari just started out looking so good this year, and, you know, now they aren't. Done a pretty good job holding these guys off with a DRS fault, which, like I said, it doesn't really matter because I'm in P1, but DRS fault if Schumacher comes around me is a problem, especially if he comes around with DRS and I don't have DRS available. But it seems like it has resolved itself, and we are going to come out of our first feature event in F2 with a win. We'll do the old pit wall drive in on that one. We need a moment, obviously.
Brilliant stuff from ART today. What a superb victory. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
Although the Formula 2 cars are all the same spec, the winner just looked better out there.
An amazing race today, and a very well-deserved one too. The team worked very hard to get exactly the right setup out of the F2 car. It works for them, and the results speak.
Obviously racing for Art.
So then, it's time to see
ART Grand Prix.
Ace takes over the lead for the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver?
Skip all that because everybody's seen that a billion D5 times. We ought to get a little bit different performance out of the car at night. Temperature is a little closer to what you can expect from bomber. Oh, no right races in F2, I forgot. But
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
doo. Alright, now we're going to finish at 8, or start at 8 for the sprint. On mediums, good start. Uh-oh. Here comes Schwartzman up the outside. We'll try and damage control this. Pass him, see if we can squeeze Schwartzman on the outside. Give him a little bit of space on the inside so we don't catch penalties. That's my thing. I'm trying to do this with as few penalties as possible, which I said is hard for me because I'm aggressive. Simulation damage, no flashbacks, so we're trying to obviously be aggressive but also drive conservatively enough that we're not Nope, there's Anchor.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Just hanging out on my break.
Streaming some Formula One.
Nice, man. I love Formula One.
hmm I started a new driver career. I'm going to F2 right now.
Okay, you're doing the
trying to
driver
get-
career? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get ready for it, which I've done my team and all that stuff, you know, but trying to
I
kind
love my
of,
team setup.
it's been a while since I've played it, so I'm trying to get kind of back into it before 2022 comes out next month.
Oh yeah, because they like revamped it.
hmm
EA bought Codemasters, right?
hmm
I'm excited.
I'm hoping that they add the, because I really enjoyed the co-op career on here,
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
and so I'm really hoping that this next year they had enough people complain to add a My Team co-op career. I think that would be sweet to make your own.
That would
team
be
with somebody
amazing.
and go through. So now that I know you play it, when
Oh yeah, man,
2020
anytime.
when 2022 comes out, we've got, I know I play it, Rhino plays it, Diesel and Outlaw play it.
Hell yeah. I have EA Access, so I have 2001 too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big F1 fan. Love that.
I unfortunately haven't been able to watch as many races this year as I normally am.
I mean, it's hard because like the time changes are crazy.
Well, that and we go to church every Sunday. So
Yeah,
unless
that'll do
it's unless it's Canada, Mexico, one of the US races,
Yeah,
something
you're
like
screwed.
that, it's right about the time we're going to church. So Ryan will usually have his phone out in church, like kind of checking and updating.
I love it. Yeah, I hate that because I have ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
I wish I could like have cable to stream it on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Instead, I gotta find illegal streams.
Yeah, normally I end up having to watch it. Only times I can really watch races are, like I said, if they're in our time zone, so they start in the afternoon, or like if I'm at the fire station on a Sunday, like if I work a Sunday shift, I can usually
Yep.
watch it in the morning.
What team you a supporter of?
I like McLaren.
My dude.
I'm a huge Lando Norris fan.
Good man.
But I was talking. Norris is my favorite. I like Verstappen. I don't
I'll always
agree.
be a Verstappen stan.
I don't agree with how the season ended last year.
Yeah, that was fishy.
But you can't take that away from Verstappen.
Nope,
I mean,
no way.
I think he is overly aggressive at times, but he's very entertaining to watch.
I don't think it's right how they ended the last race last year.
No, Hamilton should have won.
But I do
for sure.
appreciate the drama that they created.
Yeah,
Like that was good TV for racing.
but honestly, you know, I'm a Norris fan. I'm a Verstappen. Any of the young guys, really. Leclerc,
Yeah.
I really liked Leclerc even back when he raced for Alfa Romeo.
I've always been a Ricardo fan.
Ricardo, I'm a fan. I've been a Ricardo fan until he left Red Bull. And the only reason I say that is not because I was mad that he left Red Bull, but since he left Red Bull, he hasn't even been close to the Ricardo that,
Oh
You
no,
know.
so inconsistent.
yeah, and he still can't get a handle on McLaren's car. I don't know if it's his driving style or what, but he still
I
just
personally don't think he should have left
struggles so
Renault
bad.
or
No.
Alpine now.
I don't either.
It's just I think they were set up for success. He had amazing point finishes over there,
Yeah,
but they also did just totally revamp their entire team.
yeah. I'm not
Say
gonna
they
lie,
got
I
rid
was,
of
I was
everybody.
pretty upset when Sainz went to Ferrari because him and Norris were a good team.
Yeah, Carlos has always been one of my low-key favorites.
But like I said,
He's
any
serious,
of the,
but he can
any
also
of
just
the
like
young
fuck
guys,
around.
man. Leclerc, Gasly.
I've liked Checo more and more though.
Oh yeah, he's a hell of
The
a
way-
teammate. He's a great
The way he's
driver.
handled that number 2 spot is insane.
Oh yeah, especially that race last year, holding off Hamilton as long as he did. Man, that was like rock star driving.
Oh yeah, he's a stud. I've never been like a huge race fan until I started playing what was it? Gran Turismo. And then I got so suckered into the courses and everything.
Yeah. I've always been a big time race game person.
Hell yeah.
I started
Like, I
out
grew up
on
watching
Need
a
for
little bit of
Speed,
NASCAR.
Hot Pursuit too. Just
Yeah, I
really
remember
any
Need for
racing
Speed.
game. The only thing I hate about coming over here to PlayStation is that Forza Horizon is Xbox exclusive.
Oh, I know. Horizon's fun.
I used to love going, I think it was 4, was when I really started getting into the, because you know the first couple I played, I wasn't online yet. I was just playing myself. And so when 4 came around, I got real big into like the car shows
Yep.
where like, you know, you'd go in, they give you category, you'd bring out your best car, and then whoever won, whoever was putting on the car show would like give you one of their for like Horizon Edition cars or
That's
or
cool.
something. And then obviously the drifting.
I've been dabbling a little bit in, what's it called? Assetto Corso.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's a good little simulator.
Have you seen anything on F122 yet?
Bits and pieces, nothing new. I haven't looked in at least a month.
Well, I was looking because I watch a lot of like Tim at Marduk stuff,
Yep.
and he's, you know, all them big F1 streamers are starting to do F122 stuff because they get it early or whatever.
Yeah,
And,
I think I watch a lot of Areva.
Oh, Quadrant, baby.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, Quadrant.
But I was watching Tim at Marduk earlier, and he was doing the, you know, they have the My Home or whatever thing this year where you can like, you can unlock different supercars like McLaren and stuff like that, and they show off in your home. Like if someone joins your lobby, that's your home that they're looking at and your cars. But
Okay.
they've added, obviously you've got F1 and F2 and careers and stuff, but they've also got like Pirelli hot challenges. So like they have drift challenges in these supercars,
Oh, sick.
and like time trial challenges on tracks with, you know, like I think there's like the McLaren 570S or whatever, and obviously the, you know, AMG Black Mercedes and stuff
Oh yeah, I'm
like
looking
that.
up a little bit more about it now. That's cool. It's going to be virtual reality
Mhm.
supported.
But they've added other stuff too, like
The
you know,
interactive pit stops is cool.
yeah, interactive pit stops is cool. The actually pulling up to the grid
Yep.
is cool. I like the broadcast formation lap.
Oh,
Because
that's cool.
I
They do
don't-
a broadcast formation lab.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've ever paid attention, but like if you don't do formation laps, there's no heat in your tires or anything.
Yeah.
It just starts you off on cold tires. So you have to do formation laps to get heat in your tires to get ready. But now you can get the benefits of the formation lap without actually having to drive it,
Oh, that's cool.
which is awesome.
I hope they carry over the quick like practice mode that you can do in my career.
Yeah,
That was just very convenient when you're trying to get through a race weekend.
yeah, for sure.
Especially if you have your like lap set to like 50% or something like that.
Yeah. I've
Because
done.
like I
I've
know
done
I
a
usually
couple-
try to do like
I've done a couple 100%
50%.
races, but I usually stay on 25s.
if I really want like an immersive experience like a my career I'm working on now, I'll do like 50% and I'm working around like 95 difficulty.
Yeah,
It's a pain in the ass though.
yeah. I usually run about 80, just because it's enough that you're not running away from people,
Yes.
but it's still, you know, it's still a challenge. You can win
Yeah, it's still
if you
rewarding.
drive, but I mean, you still have to be on top of your stuff. But My biggest thing with the difficulty is that the higher your difficulty, the harder the practice programs are.
Yeah, it's a bitch. I was honestly doing it just to see how long I could be in like the bottom part of the grid. I think I'm in like my third season now, and I've finally got up to like P12 to P10-ish, fighting for a point.
Yeah.
And now,
Well, damn, I wish I knew that you
the gap at the top
played
of
this.
cut down after a difficult race. for our
Hey, no worries, bro. We know
could have
now.
we can definitely hook up on the co-op or something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that would be cool. I've never gotten a chance to do the co-op.
I was playing with Diesel for the longest, and then he kind of quit playing it as much, and so me and Rhino, you know, obviously he's my brother, so we have
Yep.
a career going with Ferrari, but I mean, I can't tell you the last time that we played.
Yeah. I always find myself periodically like leaving, going back to it, leaving.
Are you in the Vanguard chat?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I posted my live stream in there.
I should probably join that. I've been in this group for a while now, and I still haven't freaking joined that.
Let's see. Anchor. What's your...
My Discord name?
Yeah.
It's all lowercase Lord Son Brother.
Oh, that's right. I asked you that the other night, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah. Now the Vanguard's just like all the other games we play.
It's everything.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There's a bunch of people in there that aren't in the Milsim.
Sick.
But yeah, it's got all the games listed that everybody plays, and
Love it. Yeah, because I'm like a huge sports sim guy. I love that shit. So I'm doing a MLB The Show franchise rebuild right now.
I need to get that. I don't have the newest one.
It's pretty good. It's a good upgrade, especially on PS5. It's very party. A majority of the minor league players have their face scans, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm rebuilding the Cincinnati Reds right now, and we are dog water.
I'm a Cubs fan. Always have been.
Oh, I'm a big Sox fan.
They're getting their asses kicked.
Oh, I feel that. So, I mean, the Sox are on a little bit of a hot streak right now.
Yeah.
Trevor Story's starting to swing that bat.
That
My
was
boy
a
Bobby
horrible-
Dahlback.
Horrible qualifying. Man, F2 is so much harder.
Yeah, well, all the cars are the same.
Yeah. Well, that, but like it takes like even in Formula One, as sensitive as they are, you can't be very aggressive on the throttle, you know.
Yeah.
But in F2, you damn sure can.
You gotta go,
'cause
like,
you'll
flat
kick-
out.
dude. You'll kick the rear end out in a heartbeat.
It blows my mind that Nikita Mazepin did so well in F2.
Oh, I know. So you said you're on break?
Yeah, I gotta go back into work around 3.
Oh, that's not too bad. Where are you at?
We're in Knoxville.
Knoxville, that's right. So are you east or are you central? You're east.
East. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got about 45 minutes.
Yep. Been licking our wounds after our baseball team lost. God damn it. Fucking Notre Dame, bro. One of the best regular seasons in college baseball history. Choked away by Tennessee.
Oh, terrible
Classic.
start. That's all right. Our our baseball team lost the College World Series a few years back on a fucking pop fly behind first base. 3 people standing there, they all dropped it. Oregon
It's all right.
State
I'm pretty sure
came back and won,
Arkansas
and then won
made
the
it to
last
this year's
one.
College World Series.
Oh yeah, they're always good. They just can never
Yeah,
seem
they're
to
fucking really good.
close it out.
Yeah, they walked off North Carolina. Good for them. Even though I'm a Vol, I can't hate the Hogs. In everything.
Oh yeah. Especially, I like their baseball, the off-whites they wear.
Yeah, the off-whites are smooth. I just recently bought the that like bright Tennessee orange Vol baseball jersey, like the cursive Vols across.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a good summertime look. I'm hoping to get to another Smokies game here soon. Love me some minor league ball.
Yeah, Travelers are nothing to write home about, but
We got the Cubbies AA team, Smokies.
mm-hmm.
Stay. Who's that guy that they called up who's been doing well? Morel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to see him last month when I went to a game. I think he went 3 for 5. He was balling out.
Well, that's like we got to see Trout play
Nice.
because he, the Travelers are Angels organization now.
Yep.
But before
I'm
that,
spoiled, man.
I got to see some other people play, like Wainwright and all them back in the day.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was lucky growing up, like 3 hours north of Boston. Go to games anytime. Take the train from Portland right into the TD Garden.
I've actually got to play on a couple minor league fields.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, we played. I was on a semi-pro team for a little bit when I got out of college, and we played at AutoZone,
Nice.
and then got to watch the Redbirds play the Zephyrs.
That's awesome.
So it was cool. Hot, super hot,
Yeah.
because we played at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon because they had a game that night.
The coolest stadium I've ever got to play a sport in was in college. I played rugby over at the University of Maine. And we took a trip over to Ireland. Got to play the Aviva.
Yeah.
It's massive.
So rugby.
Yep.
So are you an All Blacks guy?
I'm an Irish guy, man. I love my
yeah?
Irish. Especially when they beat New Zealand a little while ago. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have a team per se, especially international. I just love the quality.
Yeah.
Like, they're so fucking good, dude. The All Blacks are ridiculous.
I miss watching Piriwipu play. When
I
he
miss,
had,
for
I
the All
guess
Blacks,
he
who was it?
had that stroke or whatever he ended up having. That
Yeah, Lomo, yeah.
yeah.
I'm a big Moananu guy.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's actually playing in New York now.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the Major League Rugby is actually gnarly.
Hell yeah.
I actually played for one of the feeder teams for the Free Jacks up in New England before I moved down here.
That's badass.
Yep, Portland FC. RFC. I miss that stuff. It's so much fun.
You can't be as aggressive. You can't be as late on the brakes in F2 either.
I wonder how they go about like standardizing that car every single year.
I don't know.
Like,
It's got. I mean, it can't be. It's got to be the same as as IndyCar.
Yeah. Well, you figure now with like the new cars that we have in F1, they're gonna have to kind of adjust a little bit to be more like the new gen.
Hmm. But you know, all
Everyone's
the
just gonna be
F2 cars,
porpoising like a motherfucker.
they run the same engine and everything. And that's how it is in IndyCar. You know, IndyCar chooses the aero package for each race.
I was gonna
basically.
say in F2 they can do little things, I'm sure, like the height of the car,
Yeah.
which I know in the like in F1 this year is a huge thing because of the whole porpoising thing going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know what if that's one of the things that they're able to adjust or what. Because even in F2 you like consistently have like 4 dudes who are like the top.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how 2025 goes.
Is that
With
the next reg
They're
or
doing
whatever?
well, you know, they're doing the engine change.
Oh yeah.
Red Bull's supposed to have their engine ready to go by then.
Oh
And
yeah, because they
then-
bought the patent from Honda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've also got, I'm pretty sure Porsche and Audi are both coming in.
Oh, I heard rumors
And
about
then
Audi.
they're talking about Andretti.
Oh,
is
okay.
trying to come in
Andretti's the
too.
one I knew about.
Yeah, they're trying to, but they had some stipulations or something a while back because it's been going on for a while, and F1 basically told them no.
I feel like in order for Andretti to get in, they're gonna have to like merge with Haas or something.
Yeah.
And that might be the only way Haas floats in the like above the water anyway.
Man, they have been better this year.
Oh, dude,
they're
Magnussen's
they're still
amazing.
back of the pack, but
They have all the right people in the right places, man.
yeah. Well, and it helped a lot that, you know, last year they pretty much abandoned their whole program and focused solely on the new car and
Yeah,
and
they
the
were
regulation
smart.
changes and stuff.
I low-key think Gunter is one of the best like race like managers
Oh, I
in the
think so, too.
entire Formula One.
I think so too.
Like he knows when to be aggressive. He knows when to sit back and just be quiet. He's the ultimate politician in the game.
Oh yeah.
He's so much better at playing both sides than someone like Christian or Toto.
Yeah.
I mean, even fucking
Brown's good
what's
too.
the McLaren's guy? I can't think of his
Zach
name.
Brown?
Yeah, Zach. Like I don't know if I agree with him being like super public about the criticisms of Daniel and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because I think it can really just screw him at the end of the day, man.
Yeah.
I like Zach though. At least he's funny.
Oh yeah. And you know he's
He seems
done
like
a lot
someone
of
to buy a
racing
beer.
too. You wouldn't think that he'd done a lot of racing, but he's done some like track racing. I think he's raced at Le Mans.
Yep. See, I didn't know that about Toto Wolff either.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize it was because of a pretty gnarly crash that he had to stop.
Yeah.
I always just assumed that, you know, he had a little bit of race experience, but he was more of like, you know, I got big money, dude.
Well, and you look at Steiner, and I think that's one of the things that helps him out is that he wasn't ever a racer. He started off as a mechanic and worked his way up to where he's at. So he
Yeah,
doesn't
he's got a
have
touch
that,
on the car.
He doesn't have that driver. I hate to use the word hubris, but you know what I mean, like that kind of mentality. Like,
Yeah, it's a different lens of looking at it.
this is a horrible race.
Say, that's kind of, I feel like how managers go in, you know, any kind of sport that you have a manager.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily coaching, because there's so many coaches in, like, American sports.
Yeah.
But, like, baseball's a good example, because, like, you only got a couple coaches and the manager.
Yeah.
He's running the show. But, like, even then, you can see the top dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're a little bit shady, like my dude Alex Cora. He's no AJ Hinch, so it's fine.
Broke my fucking wing off, so I'm done for this race.
Nah. F and chat, boys.
Yeah. Which that's like me and Diesel. I think there's only one time, the whole time that me and Diesel had our team career going, our co-op career for McLaren, I think there was maybe one weekend that one of us didn't wreck out. Like we would both wreck out in practice and then both wreck out, just stupid stuff, just kicking the rear end out in the corner, or, you know, I'm no
That's the way
expert,
she
but I'm a
goes.
pretty decent driver on here. And I mean, anytime you watch one of Diesel's streams of us playing, the title of it is costing my team millions in front wings. Because we would just ass pack somebody in front of us, or, you know, spin it over the wall, or...
I mean, the AI, even though they improved it a lot, it still makes me rage.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same AI as the previous year, but it's way more aggressive in 2021.
Yeah.
Like, they will not back down from, like, just diving in on you on a corner.
No. You ought to try to play online with 3 or 4 people and the rest of them's AI.
Oh,
It
God.
is a disaster.
I could barely even do iRacing because I hated people, bro.
But it'd just be... There's one stream that Diesel had up where it's like... It's me and Diesel and Rhino and I think Outlaw. And the rest was all AI. And it was just an absolute just disaster. It was horrible.
Love it. You ever watched any Jimmy Broadbent on YouTube?
I don't believe so. If I have, I don't remember it.
Definitely check him out. So he's this British guy. He has all kinds of video games of him just like doing different racing sims. He's got a beautiful setup, great sponsors, and he's pretty good. And he also just started racing in the Brit Car Endurance, so like real life racing and everything. And he vlogs his entire experience. It's really cool.
It's awesome. I need to check that out then.
Yeah, I think you might be intrigued by it. He's also just goofy as. But it's really cool to see how his like sim racing transfers over to real life.
Yeah.
And it definitely translates.
Well, that's a lot of people think that it doesn't, but I was watching some of T-Rex Arms stuff.
Yep.
And they had this kid on there from Japan, and you know they don't have guns over there.
Yep.
And so he's big into airsoft, does a bunch of dry fire training and all that stuff, weapon clearing stuff with his airsoft stuff. And the guy that runs T-Rex Arms saw some videos of him and was like, huh. And so they paid to have him flown over here. Dude's never shot a gun in his life. And they brought him over, ran him through some basic safety stuff with ARs and stuff like that. And, I mean, the dude was putting up ridiculous times on shooting,
No kidding.
reloads. Oh, yeah, clearing jams. It was like he'd been working...
Like he's been doing it his whole
legitimate
life.
firearms his whole life. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna limp our ass home in last place. So ready to
I
get through
used to
it.
dabble a lot more in airsoft.
Me and Ryan
especially
used to play
college.
like in our yard and stuff, but I so wish I could have, because I started out watching like Jet Edder Fox and all them, and I really wish that number one, I had the money and that I had the time and stuff. And
Yeah.
like if I was a millionaire and didn't have anything to do, I would play softball and I would go to like Milson West and
You in a men's league?
and do all that stuff. Yeah, we just finished the other night.
Me too, bro. Hell yeah.
I used to
We
play,
do
I used
slow
to play
pitch.
U-Trip all the time. Oh yeah, I do slow pitch for sure. But I used to play tournaments every weekend. And we'd go down to
that's
like
fun, man.
Mansfield, Texas and play at their Field of Dreams park,
Yeah.
which is that, you know, they got like Wrigley and Fenway and all them.
Yep.
And that was fun. But I
Dude,
actually need to get a new bat. I had a guy that had a new bat for me the other night, but he got sick and didn't show up. And I'm really excited to use it because it's fucking legit.
I used to be a Little League umpire
Mhm.
back in high school and then like my first 2 years of college. And I would travel all around New England. And I always loved going to like this spot. It was in Waterville, Maine, so like 30 minutes from where I grew up. And it was a Little League park, and it was set up exactly like a miniature Fenway. And it was so much fun, dude. Oh my god. And then I think just a couple years ago, the town dished out some more money, and they just made a miniature Wrigley Field next to the mini Fenway.
Yeah.
And Cal Ripken was there to open it up and everything. He's probably one of the cooler dudes I've ever met.
I miss playing. I used to play, like I said, we played tournaments every weekend, and I'd be in 2 different leagues during the week.
Yeah, I needed to join like a men's team or like a men's league just to like get out of the house, get a little bit of extracurricular in me.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I've got a new Anarchy on the way. It's their Michelob Ultra Edition one. And it's legitimate.
The only good part about going to work tonight is I have an hour break at like 1 a.m.
There's our boy Mazepin.
and I work at the University of Tennessee Hospital, so I can go to the gym and box for an hour.
That's right. What do you do there?
Trauma nurse.
Trauma nurse. Hell yeah.
Yep, that's my like main job. And then usually on the weekends and front end of the week, I'm also a direct support professional for mentally and physically disabled men.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a good little second job to have. Trying to get more into the physical therapy realm of the healthcare field.
Yeah. That's what my fiance is. She's a mental health therapist.
Yep. My brother who lives down here and his wife are both at-home therapists, and they love it. I enjoy the trauma stuff, but it's very high stress.
Yeah. I'm trying to get... They got a SWAT medic program opened up here. And so 6 of us from the fire department, they pulled us to try out and everything. And so we're just... All the background checks are done and everything. Ryan said yesterday they got all our guns in.
Cool.
So we'll be doing that. We'll have all the gear, night vision, all that stuff, and basically just do medical on the SWAT team with them, because he's on the SWAT team down here.
Yep. That's awesome.
But firefighting.
Oh, another day where I wish Insurgency had a medic class.
Yep.
How does that even make sense?
What's that?
Miguel Andujar just robbed a home run that I almost hit.
Man, I'm this close to never watching another Major League Baseball game again.
Honestly, I understand.
You know, they're doing the runner on second base in extra innings,
They're
They've
getting
already
rid of
got
that
all
after
the
this
time
year.
limits and everything. Well, they were supposed to get rid of it this year, and they changed their mind last minute and put it back in.
I think that was with the labor dispute start the season, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it was. I think the league stipulated to keep that in.
But
I don't know if it was a player.
they're also doing, they're talking about putting in, like, mercy rules and stuff.
Oh, that's so dumb, but I don't know how to combat position players pitching, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the rule where you can't do it until you're more than 5 up or more than 5 down.
Yeah.
But that ain't working.
But that's part of it, you know what I mean? Like, that's... I remember all them games, like St. Louis playing the Mets, and, like, they had, like, 22 innings, and they were literally using everything they had, and that's
That's
just
logical
part
and
of
makes
it,
sense.
You know what I mean?
I think it's in these regular 9-inning games that we're seeing this year that's really turning people off.
Yeah.
I think John Boy had a little video with I think it was Jolly Olive, saying that so far this year there's been like 42 position players that have pitched.
Yeah.
And last year for the entire year it was like 92.
Yeah.
But as recent as like 2014, that number was only like 20 for a whole year.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's become like a problem. Managers are just like giving games.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just
I
not
mean,
what
the
it
Yankees
used to
finally
be.
got the
You know,
idea.
you can't, it all started when they, for me, it all started when they got rid of catchers being able to defend home plate.
That shit was awesome.
You know, but now it's like, you just have to give it to them. You know,
Yeah, now it's
the
so
throw's
great,
not,
too,
if
that,
the throw's
like-
not there, you have to basically just give them the plate.
The tough thing too is now that call like varies basically, like per an umpire basis. Like some guys will allow you to slide a little bit later, and some won't give you that benefit of the doubt at all.
Yeah. Man, I need to
Because
rip
we
my
got
front
guys like
wing more
Angel
often.
Hernandez.
Yeah. Well, driving an F2 car is way easier if you actually wreck your front wing than it is with a complete car.
Handy info to know.
Is there supposed to be an op tonight?
I think there's like a training op going on tonight.
Okay. Because Dredd messaged me earlier and was like, will you be on to do Overwatch after the op tonight? And I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a mock op.
What do you think about the group? You were here when Kodiak was still here, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about it since he's left?
I mean, I'm still enjoying the group. Say, I like the additions that we've added to it. I think everything's been done pretty well. I mean, I have no complaints personally.
There's no
Like,
way-
I
there's
enjoy
been
being
some
able to
grumbling
play whenever I'm
from
on.
people about
Well, I know
flipping
some
Outlaw
people are
being in
very
charge,
vocal
and I'm
about
like,
shit.
man. But it was like people speaking up about stuff that they never would have said anything if Kodiak was here. And it's not that Kodiak's a hard ass or whatever, but
Yeah.
at first
Like-
I thought it was maybe just like, because I told Tripp, because he was kind of worried about it, and I was like, man, you're always going to have that transition period when you change leadership.
And some
But-
people are also just never satisfied.
Yeah. And some people
Like-
think it's too strict now, and especially all that stuff that went down with Wrecker last week.
See, that was what I was going to bring up. Because I know I've talked to a few guys about that and whatnot, and like, I didn't think it was like a bad thing. because like I'm not afraid to say that, you know, I partake in the weeds, but
Yeah.
I thought we were all under the normal understanding that, you know, you treat the op as a job.
Well, and we've had that rule for a long time because for a while there were some guys that every Friday night on an op they would just be obliterated, drunk or high or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're fucking up. And I was like, dude, there's a lot of people in here that don't do that, and you're wasting their time. You know, they get on here. These are ops. This is the only time that this group is serious, is when
Yeah.
we're doing ops. And you got people coming over here. It's their one night a week they can get on and be serious and play the way that they're wanting to play with us. And you got people that are drunk or high that are literally, like I said, just wasting people's time because they can't perform and all this kind of stuff. And so that rule's been here for a while. And so the thing is, the weed is not a big deal.
Yeah, like at all.
Outlawing them would have maybe asked Wrecker to, you know, remove himself from the op, fill his place, put him on, you know, under review or whatever. And
It was
talk to
also
him
about
and
how
all that
loud
kind of
it
stuff.
was and on stream.
Yeah. That
Like, that's
plus,
stupid and no.
You know, the biggest thing is just outright lying to some, like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. That's the reason he got removed from the group immediately. Is not because he was smoking weed. It's because they kept asking him, and he just lied and lied and lied and lied and lied, and they were like, "All right, fuck this."
I know
'Cause
from
that's
like the
an-
normal
'cause that's
dudes
an
that like
integrity
I've talked
thing.
to about it, in terms of like, you know, during the week, because I gotta work on fucking op days, so I'm playing with dudes, you know, Monday through Wednesday. So, you know, whoever's on during those days, whether it be Reaper or Snake, like, I know when we were talking about it, I brought up the only gray area for me was like, was there like a discussion from command in terms of
There
like
was
kicking
not.
him? Okay. And I think I remember that being said, and I think that was really the only point of contention that I heard.
Yeah.
And I understood that because,
that's
like,
okay, but we've also had a policy where, like, if someone's lying or whatever, something like that, or you know, just being egregious, so to
Yeah.
speak, toward command or something like that, they're, you know, Kodiak reserved the right to kick them. It's his group,
yeah, 100%, 100%.
and that's 100% understandable. You know.
Yeah, I think the only contention that, like, the people I talked to had, or even me to a T, was like, I'd like to know that there's like discussion before like that decision's made.
Yeah, and we had that talk and kind of ironed some of that stuff out since then. But the thing is, what some people I don't guess realize is that other than a couple people being kicked, every single decision or thing that's been changed or added in this group has come through command. It's never been one person's decision.
Yep. And that's good to know. Like, that gives me way more like confirmation that this is a good group to be a part of.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not like military or anything like that. Like, I'm playing to, you know, meet cool people who enjoy the game and play it in a really cool and immersive way. Because that's how I feel like the game should be played, and that's how I like to play it.
Yeah.
Just like the cool like bonus.
This is still a part of, by far.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first one that I've been a part of, and want to join another one, man.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the dudes that I fucking talk to and shit. Like, I think a lot of y'all are dope as fuck.
And the thing is, all the guys together through all the bad groups that you hear us talk about.
Yeah,
so we all
exactly.
We all know what we want to avoid and how we want this thing to work. We're all on the same page, for the most part. Now, every once in a while, you know.
Yeah, no, that
for
gives
the
me a
most
lot of
part,
confidence in the
We're
group.
all 100% on the same page. We all, you know, a lot of times he would just bring his idea just out of courtesy for how the group works, because we already knew that, all right, everybody's going to agree with this, and it's pretty much good to go.
Yeah, man, I enjoy the group a lot, and I like the things that we've added into like the Discord and whatnot, and you know everyone as well. Like, there's